Would I have a sign?
Yeah. Everyone, at 6 o'clock, we'll go ahead and start. I'd like to call the meeting to order with a roll call, please, James.
Josh Earl,
Present.
Glenn Hoffman,
Present.
Mitch Magnus,
Present.
Larry Phillips,
Present.
Charlie Pierce,
Present.
Reed Petty,
Present.
Joel Williams,
Present.
and Wayne Cohn. You do have a quorum.
Okay. Larry, would you pray for us?
Heavenly Father, we are thankful for the community that we live in. We thank you for our citizens. We thank you for the council. Ask that you be with us this evening as we make decisions that are beneficial to our community. And we thank you for what you have provided as a place where we can live and the quality of life that we have. In the name of thy son we pray. Amen.
Amen. Thank you. Join me in the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay, please be seated. And we would like a motion to approve the minute.
Mr. Mayor,
Yes, sir.
you have the item that you were going to ask the council if
Right.
they wanted to add to the agenda before any businesses.
Oh, okay, so we need to
Yes.
move that up. We have a request to add to the agenda an agreement. We're asking the council to agree to sign or allow me to sign with a company to offer grant writing and the ability to get us grant money that we are presently not getting. And Wade will explain that more if you folks would allow us to add that to the agenda.
Make a motion that we add the agreement and the resolution to the finance committee for JTS Financial Contract Management.
Second. Okay, we have a motion and a second discussion.
So this is just to hire a company to find grants for the city?
Correct.
Essentially, but I think we would want to.
I think it's very attractive when you hear about it.
This is just to add it to the agenda as well.
Yeah. Okay, now we just want to add it. Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Okay, so we're gonna make that item E under new business. We'll get to that later. Okay, thank you. We've got, now, I'd like a motion to approve minutes of November 20th.
I'll make that motion.
Second.
Got a motion and a second discussion. All in favor?
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Okay, thank you. Let's jump into department reports. Chief Grady.
Thank you, Mayor, Council. Put the monthly report for November on front of y'all up there. I don't have anything really out of the ordinary. Report, y'all have any questions regarding any of that, I would entertain those now.
Chief, y'all been busy this month.
Yeah. We had a car that was totaled. December 5th, I must be able to roll the bad crash we had up north of Cleveland. We had a unit responding, one of the first units responded to help in that. A person pulled into the side of them, caused another crash.
Yeah.
What, no one was hurt in that one, thankfully, so. But that's been resolved. We know we've had a lot going on since the last meeting. We've done our Cops and Kids program where we went shopping. We had a great time. 19 of our students out of Harrison School District And, that's always, that's a fun time right there. I mean, I've got something if you'll allow me. We started something new. I don't know why we hadn't had it before, but, an employee of the year, and we had it at our recent Christmas party. But, I know we're up here a lot talking about officers and the things they do. And we have a lot of good officers that do a lot of good things. But I want to read you something. This is a letter from the Division of Law Enforcement Standards and Training. That's our CLES program. That's where all of our officers get their certifications for, used to be called goals and standards back when I started. It says that Chief John Graydon, Harrison Police Department. Dear Chief Graydon, I have enclosed a certificate of recognition from the Arkansas Commission on Law Enforcement Standards and Training and recognition of your performance during the 2025 standards audit. It is extremely rare for an agency to be found in 100% compliance. On behalf of myself and Director Chapman, thank you. Your commitment to holding your agency to the highest standards was evident throughout the audit process. Thank you for your service. If you ever need anything from us at Standards, please reach out. And that's signed Kelvin Sargent, who's Deputy Director of CLES. Now that sounds real good to me, but I can't take the credit. The credit belongs, wait a minute. The credit belongs 100% to Lita Price. She is the clerk that takes care of that. So on that, not one other agency got that but us. So thank you, Lita, and that is why Lita is
Oh, boy. Congratulations. I thought you and your family were here to pick up a check for Christmas decorating. I honestly, I did. But now I remember Chris. Yeah. Well, you'll take that check too, I'm sure. Yeah, congrats. Way to go,
Anyway, I
Chris.
just wanted to share that with y'all.
Good job.
Let me say, we've never had an audit since I've been chief. This is the first one, how many years? That you know of, 8, 9? Maybe longer? Yeah, so this is something I guess they're gonna start doing, always kind of spot check this, but this was something that was new and yeah, that's pretty good.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank
Any other
you.
questions? Thank you.
We're good. Thank you. Wade, Public Works.
Worked at a few projects and different items. Goblin Drive, we were actually gonna be doing quite a bit of paving today. That second round of rain that came through kind of put the end to it, for today. But tomorrow we will get the first layer of asphalt down on everything that's closed on the north side. Monday we'll get the surface course in. Tuesday we'll be working on all the tip striping, traffic control set up. So that with the goal of opening that north section up Tuesday, Wednesday in there. I'll kind of be putting info out, helping Don put info out as we get a little bit closer, but we just got to make sure we got all our traffic control, have enough time to get that done in place before we turn traffic loose. We are officially underway on our Act 605 water and sewer rate study. I do anticipate that we'll be able to present the draft study and kind of the draft recommendations, the options to the council in either April or May. Our goal is to have this done and turned into the ANRC, the Arkansas Natural Resource Commission, in July. We have submitted our permit renewals for our wastewater treatment plant discharge. We have to do it every so many years. It goes through AEQ, EPA, but it's what allows us to continue operating the wastewater plant legally. It's a big process. Catherine Catlin, our wastewater systems manager, she's the one that actually took on a lot of that. I've helped a little bit, but it's a big process. Normally we have to hire a consultant to get it done, but we were able to handle that in-house. I do want to update, I know I've mentioned in the past on some of our efforts on reducing the, water getting into the sewer system, rainwater, groundwater, stuff like that. This year, we've knocked out probably at least 300,000 gallons, if not, somewhere more in the neighborhood of 500,000 gallons. And just to give you an idea of the magnitude of that on our wastewater plant, we have nowadays where we're running 1 million gallons a day. So that's a 30, 40, 50% decrease as far as infiltration of the flow. So that's one I wanted to highlight, that Charlie's crews and Captain crews have done a good job of continuing to work on that. Our plans and contract documents for the new screen at the wastewater treatment plant, at the headworks of the plant. Those are done. We're going through final review. The plan is to go ahead and advertise that for bid, probably mid to late January, just to get past the holidays. Just a reminder, we're anticipating this project to be up to $500,000 to get that screen replaced, but it's definitely needed. We're starting to have more and more issues with our existing screen. One quick update on the Historic District Commission and their efforts. The local ordinance district draft report has been approved by the Arkansas Historic Preservation Program as well as the Harrison Planning Commission. So they have scheduled a public hearing to present the report and the recommendations and findings to the public on January 8th at 5:30 here in the council chambers. It'll be ahead of the first council meeting of the year. So we've been advertising that, and we've been putting that info out. So I wanted to make sure that you were all in the loop. Water and sewer crews, they're working on a couple of extension projects right now as weather allows, which we've been pretty fortunate so far this winter. Doing a water line extension out on Harness Drive. They're moving along pretty good with that, as well as extending some sewer lines in the Quell Cove area out by the Quell Tree. Just some houses in town that never had sewer run to them over the years. Their septic tanks are starting to fail, so now's the time to kind of get them connected and get that going. And then the only other update I've got is leaf pickup seems to be progressing pretty well. We've not had a whole lot of complaints or anything, but I think
More positive comments than complaints.
things were, and we won't technically be doing moving on to the next ward. Normally we just go 4 straight weeks trying to get ward to ward. With Christmas being the Thursday and the way the holidays have worked out, we'll actually kind of shut down on that leaf pickup, except for maybe cleaning up areas we were already supposed to be in, that maybe people got their leaves out a little bit late. But then we'll jump to the final ward the week after Christmas. Other than that, I'd be happy to answer any questions.
So Wade, you said that the screen, we're expecting to have to bid out at about 500,000. And I thought we were talking about 350, and that may have been the cost of the screen itself.
I'm up in 350. I'm hedging.
Okay. Okay. Thank you.
My spreadsheet where I'm seeing where we've got money allocated before I start spending another place, I put 500 in there.
Well, I started to say, was that one of the notes that Luke and I had gone over was about 350 and that.
Now, Ray, where does that money come from?
Infrastructure tax.
Oh, the infrastructure tax.
Yeah,
Okay,
good call back.
got it.
Thanks.
Thank you. Yeah, thank you, Wade. Okay, Chief Lowry.
Mayor and council, your report's in front of you. Got a couple things to go over. If you don't have any questions about that, or if you do, well, I'll answer those as well. But I just wanted to update you on a few things. Storm sirens were installed this last Friday, Thursday and Friday. They're not up and going yet. We got to transfer electricity over to them, but all they got to do is have an energy come and transfer that over. So that's in the process. Then next year we'll have the final 2, I guess, to replace, and we'll have them all up in the same type of system. Another thing I wanted to update you all on as far as the storm siren side of things is it has been decided to do away with the code red system that we've been using for a while. It is not performed like I like. The amount of people that was being contacted was 15% that it was supposed to be, of what they told us. So really disappointing fact. So we'll be looking at some other options, but we're going to go ahead and disconnect that. I believe January 1 is when we're going to do away with that. So want to get that out to everybody. I did want to recognize or let you all know, you may have seen on Facebook, we did give one of our firefighters, we've been doing a firefighter of the year for the last few years. One of our newer guys, Isaac Drury, he got the award this year. Love to have him here, but he's a busy man on his days off in the fire department. He's with his family and stuff, so he couldn't make it, unfortunately. But couple of things on the community risk reduction side. I wanted to update you all on the condemnation. I believe if I'm right, Wade, the both of those structures come back with asbestos free, so that's a lot cheaper for us. And it looks like that we have to wait till after the 21st of December before the tear down starts. So, and then we'll get with Wade's guys and figure out when that can be done. So really, that's kind of all I've got. If you have any questions, I don't mind to ask or answer the questions for you if I can.
Okay,
Thank you all.
you bet, Chief. Thank you. And now, I believe, Mitch, were you going to cover for Luke right now or on his report?
Well,
You sure don't need to. He'll be here later.
yeah, he'll be here in a few minutes. The only thing that he was going to talk about is the CPI increase. And we'll actually go over some of this when we approve the budget. The CPI came in at 4.2% for water and sewer. And we'll have somebody else, Chris Schneider with LRS later, make their annual request for their increase for their CPI as well. But that's all Luke was going to report until we got to the budget presentation.
Okay, thank you. Yeah,
Mitch, on the third letter, following the table of contents in the audit, it references the district court clerk exception. Is that a city function or a county?
It is, we share in some of those, but it's a segregation of duties issue, but that's been resolved at this point. So it will be a small finding. It's not a major finding, but it will be something that we've already corrected. And part of that had to do with some of the achievement funds that the city was holding and how they recovered those. So, but it has been corrected.
A little concerned as it says it's been reported twice back to 2022. And
Yes, and like I say, what Luke has had issues with as far as the other things that he's had to take care of, he's not been able to go back and take care of some of those outstanding checks that weren't cashed or whatever. And so what he was able to do now, since he has Serena to assist him, an accountant that can help him, he is caught up in all the bank accounts. So we shouldn't see that in the future.
so no concerns then.
No concern.
Very well.
Thank you for asking.
okay. David Wilson called in and I guess he's homesick. He was here today, but not able to make it. Chuck with Parks.
Couple of exciting things to talk about. Number one, I want to give you the update on the Creekside numbers after our renewals in October and midway through November. We actually got down to like 4,832 members, but now we're back up to 4,951. So we're climbing again, hopefully to get back to 5,000 by the end of the year. Our basketball league, kindergarten through third grade, finishes up Saturday. That's our last fall winter league before we get into the new year. Where it looks at right now, we're having a swim meet today, which is one of our first school meets. We got 4 teams there today doing a swim meet at the aquatic center. Couple of big announcements I want to talk about is number one, we were awarded the Trendsetter Award again this year, mostly for Creekside. So that's a big award, and me, the mayor, and Matt Bell will be going to receive that award in January. That's the second time in 3 years, Mayor. Is it 3 years that we won that award for here at Harrison, which is a big
Yeah,
deal.
we had never won it before and now twice in 3 years.
2 or 3 years, so.
Yeah, it's a big deal. Thank you,
We're
Chuck.
setting a lot of trends.
Yeah.
But another big thing we did was we applied for the matching grant, which was the $500,000 playground splash pad project at the Equity Bank Sports Complex. We were awarded $150,000. So we'll get matched up to 150. But I'm working with a couple, or at least one civic organization now that may be interested in partnering with the city to help us keep the project the same size it was before. So I'll know more about that after the first of the year. If we're gonna receive more money outside to help us make the project the same size that was projected. So we're really excited about that. We're gonna have a new playground and splash pad now for sure. How big it is just depends on if we have some help from outside entities.
Yeah, and this is probably a bigger deal than we even think it is because of the location. You know, we have a lot of lower income housing out there and they're not able to get in their car and go down to the splash pad. So now we're going to bring it to them and to that neighborhood. So thank you for
Yeah.
doing that, Chuck.
Yeah, we've already got most of the work done to make it, the bathrooms and everything already ADA compliant, because we felt good about the grant going in. Just kind of upgrading our facilities out there as well. I gave you a copy, everybody, I gave a copy of the event list. We're finishing up 25 into 26. So that's where we're at as of right now. As you can see, we are loaded up and we have multiple weekends where we have events going on at every complex that we have. So lots of people are gonna be coming to town, getting to experience our facilities and seeing how our town is. And also, we've kind of been working outside the box to bring other events in where I want to talk about a couple. We're having a big archery tournament, outdoor expo, 3D shoot in January, which we've done a little bit more work. We're expecting 1,400 kids to be participating in this event. So that's gonna be one of the biggest events we've ever had here in Harrison, and it's all gonna be down at Creekside in the youth center, all downtown. So we're excited about that. And in February, they have moved the What a Girl Wants Expo to Creekside, which is another big event. I think she said she had 40 booths already signed up, and that's not till February. So lots of different things we can do now with our facilities now that we have Creekside. But we've added more baseball, more softball, more basketball tournaments. I go in January to bid on the high school event, so I'll know about that the same day we get the Trendsetter Award, but what tournaments we receive hopefully from that. But we got a busy spring and summer, and most of this starts in February. You ever have any questions? I'm gonna try to keep you updated the more we add, and I think we have another event too, which is the mayor brought it to me, and I got with Matt and Richard over at the CVB. We're gonna actually have a micro wrestling event April at Creekside, which is be another, plus the concert venues we do now. We're talking about that too, scheduling. So lots of things going on.
Yeah, by the way, Chuck, the list you handed out still does not have any Creekside Amp on there.
Yeah,
And we're looking at possibly 8 concerts.
when we get the date solidified, when I start giving you the updated event list monthly, I'll add the amp concert dates to it.
So to add what you're saying, Mayor, and
Mhm.
you need to comment on this because you got to participate and you left it out, Chuck. If you didn't go to the circus,
Yeah.
it was simply incredible. For those of you that
Yeah.
didn't go,
Yeah,
your loss.
yeah.
You made a mistake that night. I got to go myself,
What night were you there?
Saturday evening.
Okay.
But
What kind of,
battle with the badges.
what kind of attendance?
They were full.
Oh, excellent.
There wasn't a spare seat in
Good.
there that night.
Good.
At that showing. Now,
I
Battle of the
agree.
Badges,
Blew me away. Yeah.
yeah, Battle of the Badges took away from the night session of it. They had about half of that number there, but it was completely full
Yeah.
when my family went. And to the point when people say, why do we put these things on and why do we build this? We're doing it to bring people into town. So one of the individuals that was watching the show, he got a phone call and he stepped out at intermission. And I heard him talking to someone and he said, oh, we came down to all this new stuff they've got down here in Harrison. We're at the circus right now. When we leave, we're going to go to Walmart. We're going to stop at one other store and then we're going to go eat.
Yeah.
So I don't know where they were from. They weren't from here in town, but they were using this event for their family for that night.
Yeah.
And again, I'm telling you, there was one man that told me that was with my family, and he said, I remember when I came to the circus up at the fairgrounds when I was 8 years old. So it was a lot of fun that night.
Yeah, I agree.
Good feedback on that. The last thing I want to talk about, so I get Josh off the spot. I'll go ahead and talk because that me and the mayor discussed this. We got another person dropping off the Parks Committee because of time issues with our meetings.
Mhm.
So when we go to the agenda and we talk about, when Josh brings it up as a liaison, we're gonna replace Jake Gray, who's dropping off with Casey Scrivener. He's the one we want, he volunteered to be on the committee, so
You gotta talk about it.
we'd like to be at one state farm agent in the other.
Yeah.
But, they're both, basically what I was looking for to talk to the mayor about is, we have different positions on there for different aspects of parks. He would be the basketball guy. He's coached basketball for years. He's very interested in youth sports. He does a lot of donations and stuff for the leagues and parks. So that's why we wanted to go with somebody that wanted to be involved. So that's
Okay.
kind of where we're at. So when that comes up, there's the spiel on why we're switching from one to the other.
Okay, Chuck, thank you. We'll move on to what a couple families have come here for. Well, Tanya, let's get out here. I'm only seeing two families and we have 3 awards. Of course, this is sponsored by Explorer Harrison. And Matt Bell called and asked if I would fill in for him. I'm a foot shorter, but I'll do my best. So let's, with third place, we have the Cone family. Now, accepting this, what's that? Crystal Cone? Yes. Oh, I love that name, Crystal. Crystal? And all the parents are putting her up here, so she ought to be. Okay. So, that's okay. Okay, I'm gonna be doing more confessing than to the family. Okay, let's go on to the big deal. That's you, lady. That's us. Come on up. Ladies and gentlemen, on your pardon, come on down. So, you get the big bucks.
Which I already spent 150 of it today on new Christmas lights.
Good for you. That's beautiful. I haven't seen one of them. I gotta have. And $300.
Thank
for
you.
her. And then you will also get this wonderful plaque. And by the way, this is in remembrance of Carl Thayer. And, you know, I think everybody up here knows the whole story. It's a wonderful story that we're carrying this on. Any families that influence, and we've done a great job. Thank you for what you do. Now we have 2 victories. One by Molly. Give yours, Molly. We're gonna turn a little and give Donna. Thank you. Thank you, Thomas. It was good to see you.
For those of you that do that, Councilmember Pierce reminded me that my family did that for 25 years when our kids were growing up. And one of the things I tell about this when I tell the story, we had somebody leave a ornament on our front door one day and said, "Thank you for what you do. We've been coming by your house for years and years." That is still the most treasured item that we put on our tree every year. So.
Okay, we will move right on to new business, and I'm going to turn this one over to Josh. Josh, you want to take it away?
Well, I think we just have an appointment. Chuck already covered it, so we'll just, do we have to make a motion?
We do.
All right, I'll make a motion that we bring on Casey.
Okay. Now we got a motion. Do we have a second?
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. Any discussion? I think you all know who Casey is.
And he's gonna be able to attend? He's gonna be able to attend?
Yeah.
Okay. Good.
Okay, this. We got a motion, we got a second discussion. All in favor?
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Okay, Casey, you're on. Let's go to B, and that would be the Federal Surplus Property Program. Did Wayne,
Yes.
are you taking that?
Yes, sir. Mr. Mayor, Wayne asked me to take over his committee tonight, so resolution 1343 is a resolution asking the state of Arkansas to revive a program that they used to do with when they got access to federal equipment that the cities, local municipalities could buy that equipment at a reduced price. The chief reminded me of 2 Humvees that we have bought for severe weather. Other agencies have bought other, it can go anywhere from generators to small boats, anything that a city can get, and they can use that in their daily service to their community. So at this time, we'd like to make a motion that we approve resolution 1343, asking the state of Arkansas to revive this program.
Okay, we have a motion. Do we have a second?
Second.
Have a second discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Okay, motion passes. Now we're going to jump down. Luke's on his way here right now. So let's jump down to item E. And that's the one we just added about the service agreement with the grant folks. Wade, you want to go ahead and take that?
So, excuse me, so this is basic agreement, for grant writing and grant administration services. Company is JTS Financial. Basically what they will do is they'll look for grants, help us, they'll write the grants, all of that. Their compensation only comes if they actually land a grant and then we receive those funds. And so what they build in, so when you're doing the grants, you build in, you know, the grant administration costs, the indirect costs is what they call it at federal level. And so that's how they would get paid after a grant is awarded. It's very similar to when we work with Northwest Arkansas Economic Development District and they're helping us with grants. I don't foresee us ever not continuing to work with them as much as we do. It's just they're one organization that has to cover 9 counties. And so they've got to give their attention to more than just us.
So it doesn't preclude us from going and getting grants from other resources like.
No, whether we write them ourselves, whether we.
Is there any cost when we go through that agency?
The
administration costs for a grant that Jeremy Ragland or?
There is, and they'll write the indirect costs into the grant so that they can get.
They do.
So it's essentially the same thing,
Yeah,
right?
yeah. I think, didn't you say the cost was 10%?
It's the federal de minimis or however the grant is written is kind of where that's going to, which I think they raised the de minimis to 15% now.
Okay, but that's still, yeah, sounds great.
This company is well-known and highly regarded and doing business in other cities.
Yes, they are, and they're actually,
Yeah.
What services? We already work with them with some of our benefits. With what? Yeah, with health insurance and benefits. So we're already engaged with them with, you know, other services.
So really, there's just no downside. It's just another source of grants.
It is.
And did we once have a grant writer here?
Briefly.
Briefly?
Briefly, very briefly.
Okay. Didn't work out?
No, sir.
Okay. Make a motion to approve, mayor to sign the agreement as presented.
Okay, we have a motion, a second,
Second.
and we have a motion and a second. Any further discussion?
I think this is a very positive move, so glad y'all are doing it.
Thank you. All in favor?
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Okay. Now, our man has arrived. Luke, you want to come up? You can start with, if you want to talk about the CPI, and I see you have someone here for that.
Sure. Yeah.
We got word this morning, we went through all of our CPIs and you'll see it in the budget as well, but, the CPI for trash. We try to run that through November's CPI. Unfortunately, with the government shutdown, it was a little delayed and they didn't even put out October's numbers and November's numbers were delayed. And so we just got that this morning. And it is currently at 4.6%. Correct. So I'll let you kind of briefly talk about it. It is in on the trash fund.
Mayor Council, Chris Snyder, LRS, I appreciate your business. This is in our contract every year, come up that it is 4.6%. You know, as you all know, we see continual cost increase across the nation for everything, but hopefully we're looking at some forward thinking that it might level off and, you know, so. Another thing while up here, just to let you all know, LRS has merged with GFL Environmental Services. GFL, it's Green for Life. They're based out of Raleigh, North Carolina, publicly traded company. One of the great benefits of this, it actually helped us grow and it actually opens up the opportunity for support for our company. So prior, we had a little bit of support down here. However, this opens up where we've got resources in Springfield now, additional resources in Little Rock. So we can reach out and it's a great company. I've been in waste industry for 25 years. I've known about GFL for quite a while. So, you know, I look forward to the opportunities and, you know, my services with them and our relationship with the city.
So, you know, to make the council fully aware, this is a request that LRS can make every year. It's up to us whether or not we approve it. We can deny it. If we feel that it is too high of an increase, we can ask them to resubmit or change it. One of the problems that we had in the past when we didn't do that, the previous owners, when it was, I don't remember the name of the company at that time because you've gone through several consolidations and mergers. But at that time, the company couldn't afford new equipment, but in Harrison. So we had the problem of constantly lack of service because their equipment was down. So it's just like anything else. You get what you pay for. You don't allow them to increase it. And I even remarked on this before the meeting. It's getting more and more difficult as we see these increases to vote for them. But the negative to that is it will impact you later if you don't.
Yeah, and actually the 4.6, usually it starts with a 5, if I remember right. Luke, do you know when this will be voted on to accept? I have it down as discussion only for tonight.
That's it. I didn't include that 4.6% in the budget, so.
Okay.
The budget is.
So it's for discussion only for him to make the request. It's whether or not we approve the budget.
Yeah, so the budget's coming up. Okay, and let me tell you, folks, I was telling Chris today, you know, we've had difficulty with trash for a long time. And I don't mean recently, but you can go back 6, 7 years and it was piling up, phone ringing off the wall. And since that time, we have changed trash companies 4 or 5 times. Everybody's bought somebody out. Every time we have a buyout, it's improved. And it has got to the point, this guy right here, Chris Snyder, takes care of business. We have a problem, we call him, it's taken care of immediately. So, you know, kudos to you. If we could just get your place to answer their phone, you guys would be really good.
Those girls do get to stay pretty busy with recycling.
Yeah.
So customers we've got coming in throughout the day, it seems like.
Yeah.
But, you know, I just want to say, Mayor, I appreciate what you said. However, you know, it's just not about me. It's about the community itself and your staff, because it's communication. At the end of the day, as long as we're communicating, then we'll be successful as a team.
Yeah, good deal. Thank you. Okay. You wanna?
You don't have any other questions about the trash CPI? It is, if you go back, I believe there is a page in the back of your budget where I actually calculated out that CPI. So if you guys are kind of curious about how we calculated it, it's back there. It also talks about the projected trash amounts for residential and low volume. So it's got that in there.
Okay.
Mayor, the next thing is the approval of the legislative audit. And Luke, we had a brief discussion about the finding. We'd asked some questions. We have resolved that at this point, have we not?
I believe the only finding that we actually had wasn't our finding.
Yeah.
It actually comes from the county. The county controls one of the things that we do, and it's, I believe, on the bank recs on their books.
Is that Boone County?
Yeah.
Oh.
So,
Okay.
it's just one of those, yeah, keep looking.
Boone.
Boone County.
But it's one of those, it's been in our audit for several years, and they'll have to travel down to Little Rock to talk about it. Since it has been in there a recurring amount, but ours internally, everything that we controlled in here was a clean audit and no findings.
But have we not taken steps to remove that in the future if we do the reconciliations and?
They have made suggestions for them to move some of it over, but so far it has not.
Okay.
Okay, that was discussion only. We'll move on to something else and keep the
I
same
forgot
two
to tell you
players.
We will have to approve that legislative audit report.
Is the county engaged to move this towards a continuing resolution?
The legislative auditors have let them know about it. Other than forcing someone to do something, I can't walk over there to their offices and look at their books and do that.
Okay.
But
So you're looking for a vote to approve
yes,
the
we can
legislative?
to approve. We don't require a resolution on this one, right?
No.
Okay.
Okay, vote to approve.
Yeah, I'll make a motion that we approve legislative audit as presented.
Okay, second?
Second.
Okay, we have motion second, discussion.
Just want to say, when you do a legislative audit, they are combing through every penny.
Yeah, they're almost full-time here in our office.
So when folks say, whatever,
Yeah.
I just want to reiterate, the access to this information is on our website. So you have any question, start there, and then further come to a city council member before you assume anything, but
Sure.
the state comes through every penny. So
I always tell the story that as a private auditor, which I actually had one in my office today to go over water and sewer. You spend 5 days going through the books and looking through it. Legislative auditors spend about 3 months going through our stuff. So they're very thorough, and for us to have an audit, it's a great feeling. We've had stuff in the past, but this having no findings for us is really a good thing.
Good. Okay, we had a motion and a second and discussion. All in favor?
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Okay, motion passes for that. But you two are up next, Luke and Mitch.
Okay. Next item, Mr. Mayor, is in the old business. It's the budget for 2026. Luke and I have met about 3 or 4 times on this. I have been through the budget 3 times, even with the changes. I can't find anything in there that stands out to me. I know that he has been approached by a number of council members about some questions, but again, our budgets continue to be clean. Our books continue to be clean. I see no reason not to approve this. Once again, if we do approve it, the only 2 issues is the 4.6% CPI increase for trash, but there is also a 4.2% increase, 4.23% increase for water and sewer.
Also includes a nickel increase from Caribou. We pass that on every time. It's just been
And that's per thousand or
$1,000. Yeah.
So again, when we see this, and we had a discussion at council last time and how blessed we are, and these costs are going to continue to go up, but it's just the nature of it. Something you can't control.
Sure. Well, do I have a motion?
So moved.
Second?
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. Discussion?
I can't find it. I did have a question. The historic beautification, Harrison Historic Beautification. amounts?
Yes.
What, I mean, we're giving them $20,000 a year
In
in addition
It is in the
to,
budget for the 20,000 to go towards Main Street.
Main Street, yeah, Main Street.
but then there's like $125,000 line for,
It's probably for downtown beautification, and then we also have community projects. Downtown beautification is the lights you've seen, the seating that's went into downtown. I know we've been in discussions with doing additional, lighting down there. And that's not just the street lights, that's pole lights, with, and then there might be some hanging up today. Last one.
This year, we hope to have the arch built. We have an arch proposed that, we're waiting on the architect. And that's gonna go over Prospect near the 4-lane to where when people are driving by, it'll say historic downtown Harrison, an entrance to our downtown historic Harrison. So it's pretty much what that's for. And I think every year, at least for a while, we're gonna try to do things to upgrade downtown. I mean, of course, we can't, help the businesses, but we can help the infrastructure and the sidewalks and lighting, and we still have a little ways to go, and we want to get there. It's a great thing. Things are happening downtown.
Yeah, walkability is a big deal. That's where most of it's went in the past. But what is the walkability? Just being able to walk around downtown and have it being,
accessible.
yeah, nice to see being able to get in and out of businesses a little easier, so.
Yeah, and especially with Provalis coming, we've got some plans for the hole in the wall and a beautiful restaurant gonna open right next door to that. I mean, things are really starting to look up and it's about time. So, yeah.
another question was the Creekside Trail, it's got $0 beside it.
So, yeah, so we haven't budgeted for that, that will come out of reserves, that's the way it's been proposed for a while. For all that money just to come out of reserves, we don't necessarily budget it, but we know it's gonna be coming, because we don't know if we're gonna be able to get all 1.2 in this year. Or if we're gonna get 500,000 in this next year, or 700,000, it's really just a toss up, and rather than put it in there, we just kind of notate it. That's in there and it's marked for reserves, that's the way I have it marked on my system.
Okay.
Luke, a question here. The CPI, does that also apply to city employees, city workers?
So the COLA does, the CPI is more for the water and sewer maintenance part of it. So that 4.23 is for just water and sewer costs. The 2.8 COLA goes for our city employees.
Thank you.
And,
Okay.
and Mr. Magnus, there is a resolution to
Right.
pass on this.
right, so do we need to approve the budget and then the resolution, or does the
The
resolution?
resolution approves the budget.
Okay, with that said, then I will ask that we approve resolution 1342 as presented, approving the budget for 2026.
Okay. We have a motion. Do we have a second?
Second.
Have a second. Any further discussion?
So on the Creekside Trail, sorry, that's the lighted trail, right? So are we just waiting until we get all the funds to start that project, or?
So it's been started, I know we've had, and I'll let maybe wait a little bit, he's a little bit more involved in that part.
Question, Josh. Really?
Today I received some revisions to the plans that we had to make on the north side. I've sent those to our surveyor to revise easements. Easements have also been sent to RDOT for approval, because they do have grant money involved, so we've got to get everything checked off with them. I really hope to be getting easements in January. I mean, I've got all the stuff I need. I've just we had to make a few changes, and I've got to get everything approved, and as soon as I get that, I'm gonna start reaching out to people. Once we have easements, we bid, we build.
Yeah,
That's the.
looking forward to that. Yeah.
So much, just the hard part. Yeah. We do the same thing for infrastructure projects, we don't budget them, but we've got money set aside.
Okay.
But it was part of the bill that was passed, right? Or the tag?
Yes.
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 We just had Creekside and built it complete before.
And the turf, and yeah, there's been a few parts, there was several phases to that, and the trails will find place.
Working with an architect, RDOT, and a surveyor that's covered up and landowners, it's a timely process. And I know Wade has been working on it constantly and we're chipping away. And I'm hoping next year, and Wade is also, that we get that first phase complete. Yeah, I know. Okay, so we had the motion, the second, and all in favor of the budget resolution?
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Yeah. Okay, that, yeah, that passes. Thank you all. So,
Thanks, Lou.
yeah, thank you, Luke. Luke, by the way, was at a swim meet tonight. He was trying to get back here because definitely needed him tonight with passing the budget. So, okay, let's move down to council comments. And
You have no citizen comments at all.
we have no citizen comments.
So
Okay,
under council comments, I'd like to offer something. I'd like to approach council with the opportunity, or I spoke with the mayor about this, of having a committee meeting outside of the council meetings to go over a few things, like have a planning meeting to go over best practices, making it more of an informal setting. And when he mentioned this and suggested it to me later in the format, I thought, well, it's a good idea. Instead of having a special council meeting, have it like on a Saturday morning for about an hour and a half. Come together. If the public has anything they want to say directly to council, we don't get to engage as much in those kind of informal ways. And I thought if we had something like that, like call a finance committee meeting, if the council is so is interested, we can go over a few things, a planning session, working session, and just go through a few things. We used to do a little bit of this when I first got on council, and it allows us to be in a more informal setting and just have a general discussion. It's not where there's an agenda or whatever. It's a little bit a lighter agenda and less formal. So I'm interested if the council would be interested in doing that, like some Saturday in like January, early February.
and the good thing about your committee, it includes everyone.
Right, and
Yep.
this would be talking about money and spending and what we would want to do. I would want to actually have it like at Creekside rather than in council chambers to get it out. Maybe have a roundtable type event. Let the public sit there. If they want to ask a question or two, they can. But just generally have some things for council to work on to understand, get a better understanding of what's going on in the community, and even like go to the municipal league and ask a few things, almost like a professional development, if you're interested. So I suggest that, or bring it to your attention and see if anybody would be interested.
I mean, I don't know why it wouldn't hurt.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, as long as it's not at 7 a.m. on Saturday.
Yeah.
Well, that's exactly when I was gonna do it.
I mean,
Sure.
count me out.
Does this introduce any FOIA risks that we would not otherwise have?
No, it really doesn't. I think that the city attorney, you might, we would be meeting as a committee, so there would be some things that we would have to provide, but this would be just for general discussion, and all we would have to have is an audio recording of what we're doing. So as long as we're not passing out documents, if we're just having a general discussion. Now, I don't know about working papers, if we were to write a note on something, whether or not that would be foiable, but I don't know.
Document possession of anyone in the room is likely foiable. So there's not an issue with that because we don't have working papers exemption. So absolutely, a working session, a workshop, strategic planning meeting, all of that is a public meeting. But that means that we advise the public that we're meeting. And you mentioned a roundtable. Council could sit at a roundtable and talk about what the priorities are for the next year, the next 5 years, or whatever.
Council member, those questions in regard to the trail. I'm sure there's other people in our community would want to hear us speak to that other than just in a formal setting like this, or come up and make a suggestion.
And look to see if there are any council initiatives that members want to discuss and see what the process would be to develop for the future. But all that can be published and so that the public has noticed that there's going to be a public meeting and give a chance for some coffee table discussion of.
That's a good way to refer to a coffee table discussion.
Okay,
At 7 a.m. on a Saturday.
Well, that, well, I'm not gonna be there at 7 o'clock. I may call the meeting for that time, but I'm not gonna be there. It would be more like 9 o'clock or 10 o'clock on a Saturday.
It'd be important that we have the date and time, location soon so that we could publish it.
Right. I'm just throwing it out to council. You may want to look at your calendars. You may want to wait until January 8th to make a decision with this. I just think it would be a good idea. Councilmember Cone had mentioned to me that we used to have some of these in the past. And I think it would be good for the council, especially in our current setup, to go through that.
Okay. Okay, and by the way, you mentioned January 8th. That's gonna open with an organizational meeting that you all will conduct. And James will be involved and yeah.
So is there general consensus from the council that you'd be willing to do that on a Saturday?
I think that'd be beneficial.
Okay, would you like me to try and schedule a date, or would you like to check your calendars and respond to Christine or the mayor and let us know what date would work best?
I mean, it doesn't matter.
You can wait, set it right now.
Yeah, you're not gonna get everyone, so set one and
Okay.
go for it.
So just to be clear, this is for the council and the community, like for the.
Sure.
Anytime the council meets, it's gotta be open to the community, so, yeah.
We would invite the community come, the city, come, even people that don't live out within the city to come. So, check calendar.
Scheduling, you should know early voting on the sales tax issues, if that's to be discussed by council, impact things along those lines. We will want to do it in January because early voting starts February 16th.
I propose the 17th to the 24th.
So why don't we set it for the 17th of January at 10 a.m. at Creekside? Is that okay, Chuck? Can we use?
Yeah.
Okay. January 17th, I will officially call a committee meeting of the Finance Committee.
The 1,400 people.
The 24th. Okay. January the 24th.
That's right.
Okay.
Okay,
Okay. Thank you, council. Thank you, Mayor.
okay, Mitch, any other, council comments?
Mr. Mayor, I do.
Yes,
Last Saturday, we had a great event at Rose Hill Cemetery. We not only did the wreaths across America for the veterans that are in that cemetery, we were able to dedicate our historical plaque that we have folks that have worked tirelessly to get us on the historical registry. And we appreciate that. And I think it's just a first step. And of course, the archway was also dedicated that day. So we had a Troop 60 Eagle Scout project. And I think they were there and did extremely well. It was a great event and well attended. So we had, I would say about 100 people, Ann, is that?
Wow.
Pretty much. So
That's good.
yeah, we round up, right? Yeah, Larry, I want to tag on that. Wreaths Across America, we had a couple of people involved, Janice Duffy and scout leader Todd Anderson and the troop. You also, with the National Register of Historic Places, you had Ann Hancock, Robin Anderson, and Nita Gold. And like you said, it was not only a good event, it was cold. if you remember right. Yeah, it was, I was cold.
It was cold.
It was cold. And, you know, to have that kind of turnout in the cold weather is really good. And I really wanted to thank Larry Phillips, you know, for not only doing that, but chairing the Perpetual Care Committee. I think you've done an incredible job. So thank you for that. And Ann, thank you for what you do. And with that, if there are no other comments, motion to adjourn. Okay, we're adjourned.
Let's go to the house.
Thank you. I didn't. No, that's fine. I'm sorry. It's your place, I mean. Well, I was just prepared and.